Okay, so apologies to everyone who's been asking where I've been the last few days. I haven't been able to make videos as regularly as I would have liked because it's Christmas here. The kids still aren't back at school. But on Monday, I get my life back again. No, I'll be able to make more regular, better edited videos starting Monday. But I couldn't resist. It's nearly 2 a.m. here and I am reading this story about Prince Harry. It's a leak that's come out from Spare. In fact, it's not a leak now, is it now? Because I think the version's come out in Spanish. I could read it all in Spanish and translate it to you right now, couldn't I? But that would be too much like hard work. So no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to look at this BBC article though. Prince Harry accuses Prince William of physical attack in book. Right? Okay. Let's see what this is all about because it's pretty harrowing to read what Harry has been through. You know, his mum died, and there's kind of like it was all right for a bit, and then this, right? And I don't think, you know, I was lost for words. So let's have a read of this. Prince Harry has claimed his brother Prince William physically attacked him, according to The Guardian. Which says it has seen a copy of the Duke of Sussex's memoir, Spare. The newspaper reported that the book sets out an argument between the pair over Harry's wife, Meghan. Okay, I can imagine that you might argue about Meghan. She seems like the sort of person that might cause two brothers to argue. I guess. I could imagine that. If my brother married Meghan Markle, would I physically attack him? I don't know. He grabbed me by the collar, ripping my necklace. Ripping my necklace! Listen to yourself, you fought in Afghanistan. Ripping my necklace. Shut up, you idiot. He grabbed me by the collar, ripping my necklace, and he knocked me to the floor. The Guardian quotes Harry. The Guardian! Quality reporting. BBC via The Guardian, my God. Oh, The Guardian via the BBC. Amazing. This is gold. Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace have both said they will not comment. That's been the trend, hasn't it? They just don't comment on anything, which is, I think, the best way to deal with narcissists. Is one of the ways you can deal with them, isn't it? You can just not respond, don't rise to it, and they'll just go crazy on their own, and everyone else will see that they're crazy, right? The palaces, which represent William, now Prince of Wales, and the King, respectively, seem to have adopted the strategy that any controversial claims will fizzle out faster without a response. Yeah, I think they're absolutely right. I think they're doing the right thing. Myself, that's what I'd say to them. I'd say, William, you're doing the right thing. Well done, Charles. You know, just don't respond. Don't rise to it. These morons are just going to fizzle out, albeit with hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank account, selling hot air, right? But it is what it is, you know. It will fizzle out. They'll become irrelevant. And Charles will be king, and William will be king, and even that little furball, George, will be king. As much as Scar doesn't like it. Right? Yeah. So, meanwhile, in a new clip previewing an interview with ITV, Harry refuses to commit to attending the King's coronation in May. He won't commit to anything. He doesn't know if Meghan will let him, of course. He says there is a lot that can happen between now and then. There's a lot that can happen between now and then. And the ball is in royal family's court. The ball is in their court. Yeah. It sure is, Harry. It sure is. Okay? Let's go on. Let's see what else there is. Harry's memoir will not be published until next Tuesday, but The Guardian said it had obtained a copy amid what it called stringent pre-launch security. I don't have anything funny to say about that. BBC News has not yet seen a copy of Spare. Oh, BBC News. Even The Guardian are cooler than you. The book was, however, on sale in Spain 5 days ahead of its anticipated publish date. God damn it, Spain. Can't you do anything right? You know? It was supposed to come out on Tuesday, not Friday. Or whenever it came out. Thursday. Wednesday. I don't know. Yeah, so it's on title in Spain, entitled En la Sombra. Entitled? Isn't it? Titled. The BBC have made a mistake. Entitled En la Sombra. Titled En la Sombra. It's not entitled, is it? It's titled. It's not entitled. So entitled is Harry and Meghan. They're entitled, right? Or they have entitlement, right? They think they're entitled to stuff. Anyway, I'm not getting... entitled En la Sombra, which translates as In the Shadow. Now, I can confirm it does translate as In the Shadow. Because spare, we don't really have a word for spare in Spain. We're just like, I don't know, the spare wheel's la rueda de repuesta. It's like the wheel that year you re-put. When there's no wheel, you re-put the wheel. The re-putting wheel. Yeah. Yeah, In the Shadow, En la Sombra, right? Bookshops in the UK say they are under a strict embargo. Another Spanish word, embargo. They're under a strict embargo to ensure that autobiography is not released early. Spain didn't get the message, I guess. Be quicker to train a monkey. Bookshops in the UK say they are under strict embargo. Yeah. According to The Guardian, the book claims that the row was sparked by comments William made to Harry at his London home in 2019. Harry, the paper says, writes that his brother was critical of his marriage to Meghan Markle. Now, that sounds believable, right? I don't know if I believe this whole anecdote, but that sounds believable. I think some people might be critical of Meghan Markle and the marriage there too of her. William described her as difficult, rude and abrasive. He also said, she's a twat. No, he didn't. He didn't. He's never said that word in his life. He's a lovely man. He reportedly writes that his brother was parroting the press narrative. He was parroting the press narrative. Sure he was, Harry. He's parroting. Everyone's parroting the same narrative, aren't they? You know? So the person who spent loads of time with her, your brother, right, who knows her personally, said she's difficult, rude and abrasive. Yeah, the press has got to you. Maybe it's just he's seen Meghan. Maybe that's why he thinks she's difficult, rude and abrasive. God, the gaslighting. I've had that all my life. You know, people just like every time I have an opinion. Oh, you're copying. Shut up! It's my opinion. Stop gaslighting me. Right? Yeah. Right. You get it, don't you? Of course you do. Harry is said to describe what happened next, including an alleged physical altercation. He set down a glass of water, called me another name. You fucking twat! What did he say to him? I want to know what he called him. He called him a name. He called me another name, then came at me. Came at me, right? Oh man, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. It all happened so fast. Yeah, through your bleary glazed eyes. It all happened so fast. He was like a gazelle. in Botswana. It all happened so fast. So very... It all happened so fast. So very fast. I don't know why I love that so much. That's hilarious. It all happened so fast. So very fast. Man, everything happens fast when you're all... He's not. No, I better not say that. Hearsay. You know, he's not coked out. I landed... He grabbed me by the collar, ripping my necklace, and he knocked me to the floor. I landed on the dog's bowl, which cracked under my back, and the pieces cutting into me. Yes. Sure. I believe you, Harry. It's too detailed, isn't it? Why would you go into those details? Right? If you're telling someone that your brother attacked you and knocked you to the floor, that's shocking enough. You don't say the pieces cut into my back from the bowl that cracked as I fell on top of it. Cracked and shattered into 1,000 pieces. The dog's name is Samuel. What are you on about, Harry? You cokey boy. What did I just say? It's not funny. Say something funnier. This is why I have to edit my videos, because I'm not actually funny. Even then, I think people hate my humour sometimes. Idiots. Wrong. God. Really is late. On Monday, as I said, I get my life back and you'll get some really fine edited footage of me. Yeah? I'll sit here for 4 or 5 hours editing away to make myself look marginally presentable to you all. I promise! Alright? So he landed on the dog's bowl, which cracked under his back, and the pieces cut into him. I lay there for a moment, dazed. Now that I can believe, that he lay there for a moment, dazed. A glazed expression. What happened? What? I lay there for a moment, dazed, then got to my feet and told him to get out. Get out. Then I realised he'd actually left several minutes earlier. Oh, God. Harry writes that William left but returned looking regretful and apologised, The Guardian says. When William left again, Harry is said to write that his brother turned around and called back, "You don't need to tell Meg about this." Why would he say that? That doesn't sound believable, does it? Something about that sounds odd. Why would you include that detail? Why would you... You don't need to tell Meg about that. To make him sound even sneakier and... I don't know. It all sounds like bollocks to me. It sounds weirdly detailed. The shocking bit should be that your brother physically attacked you. These details about the dog bowl cutting into him and then he came back and said, "You don't need to tell Meg about this. I'm scared of Meghan. Meghan's a powerful, independent woman and I'm scared of her. I'm scared of her, Harry." I don't believe that. I don't know that I believe that. "You mean that you attacked me?" So he said, "You don't need to tell Meg about this." And he said, "You mean that you attacked..." Well, yes, of course that's the thing that just happened, Harold. What do you mean? No, about the other thing. Well, obviously about the fight. "I didn't attack you, Harold." William is said to have responded. "This didn't happen. None of this happened. This is total BS." I'm not buying it. Harry's name is not short for Harold. His actual full name is Henry Charles Albert David. Oh, Henry. Might like me. Bet you didn't know that, did you? I'm Daniel Henry Benjamin, by the way. Boland. There you go. Yeah, so his full name is Henry Charles. So I guess Harold is kind of like another way of bullying him. I don't know. That's another thing, another way in which he suffered. I don't know. Photographs suggest that Harry did actually, he regularly wore a dark necklace at events such as the Invictus Games and on foreign tours with Meghan as recently as September 2019, when the necklace was ripped from his neck by the monster of his brother in the brutal attack when he was knocked to the floor and the dog bowl sliced into him, causing irreparable injuries. Irreparable injuries? You don't recover from? I don't know, something like that. I can't even think it's so late. Look at what you're doing to me, Harold. The revelations create the bleak impression of a family fight right at the centre of the monarchy. That shows no sign of being reconciled. This is still the territory of an acrimonious divorce, rather than the reconciliation. Separately, the memoir claims William howled with laughter when he saw his brother dressed as a Nazi in a Nazi costume before a fancy dress party in 2005, the New York Post. He's such a little rat, isn't he? Right, everyone hated on him for going dressed as a Nazi to a party, whatever. And now he's like, William told me to do it. William laughed. He howled with laughter. It was him. He made me do it. Look at this. Look at this rat bitch. The stuff he says here. I'm sorry. I shouldn't get so angry about it, but he's such a little... To think he was like this masculine guy going to wars and stuff. He was like... He's just become this little... weasel. Weasel boy. Harry was 20 when a picture of him in the outfit was published in the UK press. The New York Post reports Harry asked William and his wife Catherine whether he should wear the costume or dress as a pilot. And claims the pair laughed and said, the Nazi uniform. Yeah, that didn't happen. And if it did, it didn't happen like that. As if he went, oh, I don't know. I've got costume A or costume B. One's an innocent pilot costume. The other one is of a Nazi. What? What would be funny about the pilot? I mean, I know a lot of you probably think, what, he did go dressed as. I need to stop saying that word, I think. Probably think it's terrible that he dressed as that. I never thought it was that big a deal. I guess, looking back at it, he's a prince. It's probably not the best look, is it? But it's fancy dress. You want to be edgy, It's like Justin Trudeau doing blackface all the time. It's just kind of edgy. I don't know. I can see why people don't think it's a good idea. But this sounds like total BS again, doesn't it? And why would you bring it up as well? Do you want to make them out to be Nazis now as well? What's your point? What are you getting at, you little weasel? You're pathetic. Claims the pair laughed and said, the Nazi uniform. That didn't happen. And if it did, it was far more innocent than... Well, of course it's innocent. I mean, of God. Like some young 20-something-year-olds. Oh, yeah, do that. That'll be hilarious. I remember this is 20 years ago. People weren't so on edge about everything. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know if it's a terrible thing or just an innocent joke. But the point is, bringing it up again. It's like, well, I've said it all. Why am I repeating myself? This is why I edit my videos. I sit like this, ranting at the camera for hours, and get about 10 minutes of good footage. Martin Pengelly, a journalist for The Guardian's US website, they have a US website, who wrote its report on Harry's book, said that he had not approached William's communication team. The reporter said that his article was a report on Harry's book, which he's written. It's Harry's account. Blah, blah, blah. When carefully... I can't read. This is another thing as well. I'm barely literate. What am I doing? Oh, God, I'm tired. Mr. Pengelly told BBC Radio 5 Live, we carefully, obviously, in reporting it, didn't call it a fight because Harry says he didn't fight back. But if he had fought back, it would have ended very badly for William. Right? Because Harry's hard. Well hard, said Mr. Pengelly. No, I didn't say any of that. He's really hard. Anyway. Man. Harry's book has been on sale in a bookstore in Barcelona. In Barcelona! Spain. Before its official release date. Oh, they always want to be different, don't they, those Catalans? Don't they? Right? My audience know about the Catalans, don't you? Yeah, right. While publishers at Penguin Random House are yet to confirm whether the leaked excerpts from the book are genuine, Harry has recently spoken of troubled relationship with his brother. And the Duke calls William his beloved brother and arch nemesis. Arch nemesis? Who are you? Think of something funny to say. A name. Said Digby Chicken Caesar. No. The thing that Arthur Conan Doyle wrote. Holmes. Are you Sherlock Holmes? Who's your nemesis? God, I'm slow tonight. Right? That's reference to... Anyway. Harry has recently spoke of his troubled relationship with his brother and arch nemesis. So he called his brother William his beloved brother and arch nemesis in his memoir in an interview with Good Morning America. In that interview, Harry says that there has always been his competition. It was polo. There's always been this competition between the pair. And it played into the heir-spare dynamic, which formed the basis of the book's title. Yes. Heir-spare, right? The heir is William, the spare is Scar. I was first in line before that little hairball was born. Or something like that. Oh, I shall practice my curtsy. That is a great film. I've watched it about 1,000 times in the last 5 years, having 2 kids. What a great film. Eh? The Lion King. I was going to call it The Lion Guard. That's terrible. My son loves The Lion Guard on Disney+. Learns a lot about animals, though. Oh no, the keenest of sight. Yeah, the references are lost on you lot, aren't they? Anyway. The concept of the heir and the spare dates back centuries in royal circles and refers to the continuation of the royal bloodline. The first son and the heir, the one who inherits the throne. The second son, therefore, a spare, should anything happen to the firstborn. In Harry and Meghan's Netflix documentary, the prince recounts a meeting he attended with his brother father, the now king, and the late queen, his grandmother. I don't know what's going on with these accents, man. I'm so tired tonight. I'm sorry about this. I'm really sorry. It's just like a podcast. Is this am I doing a podcast? God, get on with it, bitch. Describing the conference in early 2020, he says, "It was terrifying to have my brother scream and shout at me, and my father say things that just simply weren't true, and my grandmother quietly sit there and sort of take it all in. Don't badmouth your grandmother, you weasel, bitch." What a great God. God, having to sit there listening to that little simp. God, I bet she was just thinking, you simp, the whole time, wasn't she? The Guardian says Harry details a meeting with Charles, the then Prince of Wales, and William after the funeral of his grandfather, Prince Philip, in 2021. If this leak is accurate, careful BBC, you know they're litigious. If this leak is accurate, perhaps the most poignant image is of King Charles caught in the middle, asking his warring sons to make his life, not to make his life a misery. Don't make my life a misery. God, it's only one of them as well, isn't it? Poor bloody William. He's just getting on with things, you know, head down, do your ribbon cutting. These two hacks, you know, fucked off and did a Netflix series. God, they make me sick. I don't care that much, to be honest. It's just funny, isn't it? Hilarious, isn't it? Spare ghost written by memoirist Heir Meringer. That's not a French name. But memoirist is a French job, all right. I'll tell you that. Ghost written by memoirist Heir Meringer. And part of a multi-million dollar book deal. Oh, yeah. Was previously believed to be subject to the utmost secrecy. The utmost secrecy, with few details known about its content. For Harry, this is his story at last. At last. Who's going to tell him? He's been telling his story for freaking years. You mean at last? The bitch-ass mofo. Penguin Random House said in a publicity statement, okay, shut up. Archwell, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's company, has not commented on the news of the book. In a trailer for a sit-down interview, which will be broadcast on 8th of January, ahead of the book's release, Harry said, I would like to get my father back. I would like to have my brother back, he said with a glazed expression. However, Harry told ITV's Tom Bradby, they've shown absolutely no willingness to reconcile. And William threw me on the dog ball, and it shattered, and it broke my spine, and it broke my spleen, and it broke my knee, and then he really laid into me. Friday night in Outpatients, who said I lied to her. Well, I am going to stop you because I think I have heard this one before, Harry, you bitch weasel. Right? And the Buckingham Palace has declined to comment. Of course they have. I'm done. All right? I'm out of here. Vamos. Let's go. See you in the next one. Thanks. If you got this far, you've done really well. Well done. Thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe. Leave the comments all over this bad boy. I'll see you in the next one. I apologise. I'm sorry. I don't know what this is.